Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hello there, I'm Dejin. This is Marvel Heroes, all things Cyclops. He's been heavily requested, and here he is, bringing you the almighty Scott Summers Cyclops. We're gonna go over his costumes, all of his powers, and some other Cyclops stuff. He's a mutant, team leader of the X-Men. Alright, so he's a ranged character. He does have some melee, although I'm not a punch-clops myself, but it is a possibility. He's been a ton of fun so far, especially once I got around 30 or so. He seemed like he was a powerhouse, and I've really enjoyed playing Cyclops. And yeah, so let's just get into it. Alright, and starting things out with the costumes, we have Cyclops' default costume, the Astonishing X-Men costume. Looks pretty snazzy. Next up is the Cyclops Classic costume. Again, he's got some sweet boots on, and other than that, he's yellow and blue. And then we have the original costume, similar kind of boots, much yellower. He's got like a weird yellow tank top over his you know, suit, whatever you want to call that thing. What would that be called? A spandex suit, or is it like made of rubber? I don't know. It looks kind of like a scuba suit. Anyways, yeah, this is the original costume. Then there's the X Factor costume, where once again, very similar. He doesn't have the underparts on the outside of his thing, but he's got shoulder pads and a little X on his chest. Now, this is the Cyclops 90s costume. Yeah, love it. This is awesome. I don't know, I like this one. I like the hair. He's got the underwear on the outside again, but he's got a sweet belt. He's got a little thing. I think he pushes that button right there. Click! And it's like a little communicator. And his boots are much less piratey, but, you know, still good. He's got these yellows that, I don't know. This is just Cyclops. This is how I envision Cyclops. And finally, this is the Cyclops Marvel Now. It's a great costume. It's very well detailed and everything, the colors. But to me, come on, Cyclops, come on. Where's your yellow and blue? Cyclops, what are you thinking here? What kind of mask is that? That's not even a visor. Anyways, that's just me being a petty little poop head, though. This costume is actually really well detailed. I like the belt. It's the best belt he's got out of all costumes. It is the most unique looking costume that I have for him as well. Tell me in the comments what your favorite Cyclops costume is. I'm really curious what everyone else likes for Cyclops. And I'll tell you at the end of the video, if you haven't figured it out from when I was going over the costumes, which one my favorite is, and it's a doozy. Yeah, so anyways, there's that. Let's go to the powers. And in my opinion, his power tree of the most importance is his optics tree. We're going to start out with Optic Blast. It's a basic power. Shoot an optic beam that damages the first enemy in its path. It does energy damage, and as you put points into it, it just raises up that energy damage. When you use it, it looks a little something like this. You shoot, it doesn't penetrate or anything, it doesn't have AoE, it just shoots fairly fast. And that's it. Next, at level 10, you'll be able to get Ricochet Blast. This fires an optic beam that strikes multiple enemies nearby. The damage dealt to the same target, meaning if it bounces to another guy and then back to the first target, will decrease each time you hit the same guy. This does energy damage. It will bounce a set number of times. As you put points into it, the energy damage will go up. And as you put multiple points into it, you can increase those bounces. Let's find some guys to bounce it off of. Like so. See how it bounces around 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At level 24, Piercing Blast will come available. Shoot a potent optic beam that damages all enemies in its path. This does energy damage, just like the others. As you put points into it, that energy damage will go up. This is also a basic power, and this one will penetrate. So as you can see, it's going through. At level 4, you'll get Cunning Blast, where you leap away from combat, firing an optic beam that slows the enemy. This does energy damage, slow percent. As you put points into it, it will just increase that energy damage. The slow percent seems like a static 20%. You can use this power if you're in a bind and you're surrounded by guys, or if they're just getting too close to you, boom, it jumps you backwards. At level 16, you'll get Explosive Blast. This shoots an energy beam that explodes when it hits the first enemy in its path. It will do energy damage, and the energy damage will go up as you plow points into it. Ba-boom. It'll hit multiple guys in the same radius. In the explosion. Explosion! 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 And at level 30, you'll get my favorite, Optic Devastation. Hold down the hotkey to charge up and release for an intense optic beam that damages enemies in a large cone. And we're talking large cone here. This does energy damage per second charged. And as you put points into it, that energy damage will go up. Now, you'll hold the button down, you'll see this charge bar right here, and then boom. This is actually the cone. As you can see, it goes way up there. Alright, here's a bunch of guys. Let's see if we can get them all. Hello there, sirs. See you later there, sirs. That's a good power right there. At level 2, Cyclops will get Wide Beam, where you unleash a wide optic beam that damages enemies in front of you. This does energy damage. It has a decent rate of fire as well. As you put points into it, the energy damage will go up. I almost said Renergy damage, and that's not a thing. Yeah, and check it out. It's kind of like that last one, except a much smaller cone, and you can just plow it out really fast. And it doesn't charge. So I guess it's not like the last one at all, except for the fact that it looks kind of like it, and it's... I don't know. But yeah, that's that. At level 6, you'll get Optic Barrage. Hold down the hotkey to fire a continuous barrage of optic beams that slow enemy movement. This does energy damage, slow, and as you put points into it, you'll increase that energy damage and the slow duration. So yeah, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of like a machine gun, but it's not, because it's lasers coming out of your eyes, and it's not a gun at all. Shoots really fast. I mowed that guy down with it, and this is again how it shoots. That's just continuous shot after shot. It drains your spirit pretty slowly though, but you know. Alright, and at level 20 you get Concussive Force. This is a toggle power. You turn it on and it adds knockback to all your optic powers, and it has a little drawback. If you turn it on, it reduces your maximum spirit by 35%. This is what it is. You turn it on, it makes your head glow all red like that, and you can see it's orange down here. It did lower my maximum spirit from 191 to 151 while it's turned on. So there's that. But while you do have it, all of your optic powers will do knockback. And finally, in the optics tree, at level 25, you'll unlock Channeled Blast, where you hold down the hotkey to unleash a destructive optic beam. This does energy damage per second, and yeah, as you put points into it, you'll up that energy damage per second. You hold it down and you just shoot like a laser out like this. And this is what it looks like when you're just using it on fellas. Oh, don't get hit by the chains. Hello there, fellas. I'll see you next time. Alright, so for the next tree, the fighting tree, I never use this tree. I use 2 skills out of this tree, but, you know, I'm no Punch Clops. I know a lot of you guys like the Punch Clops. You like to punch things. You're really interested in punching things as Cyclops. For me, it's all about the optics, but I did blow points into every single one of these powers just so that I can show them to you guys. Now, at level 1, you get Trained Punch. This is a physical damage. I'm not even going to use these on enemies because, you know, I'm not a Punch Clops. You know, there's probably some great Punch Clops out there that's going to Punch Clops his way to Punch Clop history and punch. Somebody should make a Punch Clops video and leave it as a video response to this video. That would be awesome. Someone make a Punch Clops video, please, I'm begging you. Anyways, so you get Trained Punch. This is a basic power. You get it at level 1. It does physical damage. It has attack speed. As you put points into it, you'll raise the physical damage. Now, this is what it looks like. Throw a few punches, throw a little clobber and haymaker, double fist slam, I don't know. So there you go. That's what the Trained Punch looks like. Now at level 8, you'll get Tactical Kick. This is a knockback enemies in front of you with a strong kick. This does physical damage. As you put points into it, you'll increase the physical damage. It's a kick. It costs some spirit. Very cheap though. You can knock guys back with it. At level 18, you'll get Sweeping Kick, where you kick the legs out from under your enemies, knocking them into the air. This does physical damage. As you put points into it, you'll increase the physical damage. Now this is a sweet sweep, but yeah, this is what it looks like. So sweet little sweep like that. This is the AoE range of it right here. And it will knock guys into the air. At level 3, you'll get Side Roll, where you strafe to the right, rolling around your target. If you don't have a target, you'll just roll to the right. It'll give you a dodge bonus when you use it. As you put points into it, it will increase the dodge bonus. This is what it looks like when you use it. Oh, you just roll sideways to the right. So if you have a target, you'll roll around them to the right. You can somehow like gym dog this ability to where you can like roll down the street if you want to move fast, but I don't know. It's rolling to the right. It's a little confusing for me. I can't handle it, but it is there, and that's what it does. At level 14, you'll get what, in my opinion, is a little bit more useful than the last one, although you don't get the dodge from it, but this is Combat Roll. You roll away from combat, damaging enemies in your path. It does physical damage. As you put points into it, it'll increase that physical damage. I don't use this at all for the physical damage. I use this as a, let's get the heck out of there before we get stomped. Or I use it as like, hey man, I'm I'm running through this field, but I want to get to the other side way faster. Let's spam combat roll. Alright, so what you do with this move is, say you're standing here, there's a guy right here, and you're like, oh, this guy's coming towards me. You push it, and you'll roll backwards. Now, say you want to roll down the street wicked fast, and you're like, I want to get to point B, which is up here, but I don't want to run. Just spam it, and you'll just roll down that street super fast. Make sure the mouse is in front of you, or behind you, or I don't know. It's hard to control. It took me a while to get used to. But yeah, you can travel fast with this thing, and that's what I use it for. I'm sure there's people out there who maybe pump all their points into it and use it for damage. I don't. But those punch clopses out there, they're insane, guys. No, don't ever mess with a punch clops. Cyclops says don't mess with the X-Men. Well, you know what? I say don't mess with a punch clops, because he'll punch your lights out, see? I'm sorry, that was stupid. And finally, in the fighting tree, we get Uncanny Focus. Your keen concentration restores your spirit more quickly. So you put points into this, you restore more spirit per second. As you put points into it, you'll get even more spirit per second. Now, I'm not sure how potent this is. I like it. I've been putting some points into it. I think maybe maxed out, it'll definitely be worth it. I don't know for sure, because I don't have it maxed out. I don't know what it's going to max out at. Now, as far as the punch clops tree goes, this is all we got. We got kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I teach ya, the more I beat ya, but nevertheless you get a lesson from teacher. Now kick, punch, chop, I can't chop, and block, I can't block either. Do it again, now kick, punch, chop, block, do a sweep. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. Anyways, let's get on to the other tree. And finally, we have the Tactics tree. Now, the first power in the Tactics tree is Team Leader. This is a passive power. I've been using it to help me level up. This is what it does. You and your nearby teammates gain experience points more quickly. That sentence right there, I was sold. I love getting that EXP, and I love getting it quickly. So what it does is you get an XP bonus plus 22 up to 22.9% of defeated enemies' experience. Yeah, as you put points into it, that'll go up. Next, at level 4, we have Tactical Command. You pinpoint the weakness of nearby enemies, rendering them vulnerable to attack. So what this does is it will reduce their defense when you put it on them. As you put more points into it, you'll get more defense reduction out of it. It seems like a decent power. I actually use this power, but I don't have many points into it, so I guess I'm not using it to its full potential. When you click it, it will just hit all the enemies or whatever that you hit it on, and it will lower their defense. Now at level 10, you'll get Defensive Tactician. This is a passive power where your superior tactics allow you and your teammates to dodge attacks made by enemies affected by Tactical Command. So, this does go with Tactical Command, and what it does is it gives you a dodge bonus to enemies that are, you know, infected by Tactical Command or whatever you want to call it. You put points into it, the dodge bonus will go up. It's fairly simple, passive power, always on, so as long as you're using Tactical Command, you're getting a benefit from Defensive Tactician as well. At level 20, you'll get Rallying Command, where you free yourself and nearby teammates from negative conditions. Spend a command point to grant brief immunity to negative conditions. This has a duration of 3 seconds. And yeah, as you put points into it, the duration will go up. This is the AoE range, so it'll go on your teammates as well. And it'll wipe your slates clean, so if you guys are like, oh, I'm running around and I'm freaking stunned, or like, I don't know what kind of things you get. You get immobilized, you get slow, you get frozen maybe, I'm not sure. Anyways, you use this, and it will take all those negative conditions off. Get on me. Boom, pop, took those chains off. Yeah, get off me, chains. What you got? At level 12, you'll get Timely Renewal, where you use this power when the last nearby enemy has been defeated to allow nearby teammates to regain spirit more quickly. It does restore spirit over time, and as you put points into it, it'll restore more spirit over time. And at level 22, you'll get Veteran Command, where you deliver an inspiring command that briefly reduces the spirit cost of powers for you and teammates. Pretty cool. You spend a command point, of course, to double the duration. The spirit cost reduction will go up as you put points into it, and the buff duration will last longer as you put points into it, so that's cool. This is what it looks like.
Step it up, people.
Step it up, people. Yeah. Ollie ollie oxen free. I love yelling it. I love spamming the button. I don't know why. I like the animation. Hello! Who yells while putting their hands up like that? Cyclops does. Scott Summers does. Yeah. And finally, we have Cyclops' ultimate power, Maximum Optic Beam. Hold down the hotkey to channel a powerful optic beam that destroys enemy shields. This optic beam not only destroys enemy shields, though, it destroys everything. Spirit cost 25, ongoing spirit cost 20 per second, cooldown 20 minutes. But guess what? Let's check this out. I have a Cyclops token. You know what? I'm going to say this real quick. I know people probably won't believe me. I killed a Gorgon yesterday in Tier 3 Limbo, and it dropped Cyclops and Spider-Man on the same kill. So I got 2 hero tokens off of 1 kill. I know people probably won't believe me. I didn't take a screenshot. This is the Cyclops from it. I already gobbled up the Spider-Man one to upgrade. Let's upgrade Cyclops up. Yup. So anyways, here, now look. 19.7 minutes cooldown went down a little bit. We got more energy damage. And yeah, so anyways, let's go blast something. Oh yeah, first let's check out that AoE range it has. It's a big cone. That is the cone. It's pretty massive. You can't see. I'm pointing with my fingers. That's stupid because you can't see my fingers. We got the boss. We got a ton of guys. We got an ultimate power. Ba-boom. Get him, boys. Oh, and Shocker punched me out of it. But you hold down the key. As long as you don't get punched out of it, you'll just destroy guys. And as you can see, I took all those guys out in like 1 second. Did decent damage to Shocker. He's pretty hurt, considering I only had the key down for like 1 second of it. Oh, and that just totally cleaned his clock. Cyclops is awesome. Anyways, let's get on to the end of the video. And it's that time for the end of the video where I tell you what my favorite costume is, and I'm sure you could have figured it out. Maybe not, but this 90s X-Men costume, mamma mia! I love this thing. I don't know why, but to me, this is exactly what Cyclops should look like. I like how he shows his hair. I don't like how his hair's covered in the other ones. That's just me, though. I like everything from the strap to, I don't know. I grew up with Cyclops looking like this, so to me, this is how Cyclops should look. And I don't know why they don't make him look like this anymore. Come on, man. This is Scott Summers. He's the leader. He is a trooper. I don't know. I got nothing. Anyways, so yeah, this is my favorite costume. Aside from that, this has just been Cyclops. Let me know who you want to see me cover next. You guys have been leaving great feedback. I know who I'm going to actually do immediately next, but leave the comments for who you want to see after that, and I will definitely do it. I've actually been counting comments on these videos and to like see who I'm going to choose next. Now I'm going to try to name off the ones I've done already, and I might forget some. So make sure you check out my channel to see if there's your favorite hero there. I've got Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Wolverine, Deadpool, Captain America, Hulk, Black Panther, and this is Cyclops, my 9th? I think this is my 9th, yeah. So anyways, that should be everybody that I've done already. Leave comments for who you'd like to see me do next. Also, if you want to see me cover someone I've already done, like a more endgame build or something like that, let me know that as well, because I would love to do it. My highest character right now is Spider-Man, so that is who I play with the most, and I have the highest level. And aside from that, all I want to say is, seriously, thanks a ton for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'm Dejin. This is Marvel Heroes, all things Cyclops. Bye.